Clean as a baby's butt.
Yeah.
After you wiped it, of course. Tackle junkies. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel where all we do is wash boats.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you guys clicking on the video. We might be a little far away from you guys. Hopefully you guys can hear us. Trying to get us both in the camera. Mike is so big now that we got to be so much further away. But guess what we can do? You guys have already seen the boat for the most part. I'll link some other videos down below. I'm going to bring you guys a bit closer so we can kind of see the camera actually. So, one second. Video might be a little dark. This is just kind of like a last minute deal. Me and Mike are wanting to do some more things to this boat. Want to talk to you guys and gals about it. But like I was saying, really appreciate you guys and gals for clicking on the video. We truly appreciate it. There's plenty of other videos you guys could be watching on YouTube. And the fact that you chose ours, you know, it's awesome. So we truly appreciate the continued support. If you guys are like what we're doing, you know, if you guys are enjoying the videos, like the videos, consider subscribing, ring that bell. We would truly appreciate it. But like I said, I'm going to link some other videos down below of this boat. We haven't had it out in a while. I mean, maybe like a year. And you guys have been asking about that, so we're going to address that right now. A little traffic in front of the house. But we're going to address that right now and then go over some of our future plans. To be honest, I thought this year we were going to get this boat out a lot. Like, a lot of our content was going to be, you know, shot with this boat. But you guys know that there are some farm ponds that we fish, you know, fairly often, or at least we used to. And there was 3 ponds on that property, and that's my grandma, or my wife's grandma, so my grandma-in-law. Well, I don't know. Anyways, it's a family, they're family-owned ponds, right? And the one that we really wanted to pick apart this year was the back pond. Really, it has the most privacy, and
best fishing.
Really, yeah, probably the biggest bass, best fishing, and it was sold earlier this year, so that kind of shot down really all of our plans to use this boat. I mean, if I would have known that property was for sale, I would have bought it. That lake is fantastic, and like I said, so we could no longer fish that particular pond. The pond that you used to see me fish years ago, the one close to the house, that pond, there was a fish kill in it. I don't know really what happened. There's no fish in that pond anymore. And then the main lake, the big lake, I'm not really for sure really what's going on with that. That particular lake used to be amazing. It used to be amazing. Beautiful. And it hasn't been in the last couple of years. I mean, if you go look back in the videos, we were having like best 25-pound bags out there during the spring. I mean, it was awesome. I don't know the last time I caught a 5-pounder out of there. So, but another issue, for whatever reason, and I don't remember why, they drained the lake level. Like, it's not as high as it used to be. So getting this boat in and out of there, it's a job. The area that we could put it in, it's not really a clean area. It's kind of overgrown, full of like moss and crap and all that, and I don't really want to put in there. So really any other place around the lake would have been good before they lowered the level. Now that they lowered it, it's got like a 2-foot drop, and it really is a pain to get it in there. And that's mainly the reason we kind of stopped taking it. So, and another thing, I guess we can kind of talk about the issues that we had. Maybe you guys have some solutions and then some things that we're going to do. But that alone was kind of the pain in the butt. So we're like, you know what, fishing ain't that great here. It's a pain getting the boat in and out. Let's take out the crest liner. It's basically how that went. Or we said, you know what, it ain't worth all the aggravation. We're just going to go fish from the bank. That's why the few times you've seen us fish over there this year, we weren't on this boat. We just said, screw it, we're just going to go walk the bank, right? But now it's like we're kind of bored walking the bank. We need to get back in the boat. We know them fish are there. So time to catch them, right? So bring the boat back out. The next issue was trailering this boat. And we'll do a little video on the trailer. You guys will see that in the video from time to time. I got some other videos with this boat, the dolly that we built and things like that we'll link down below. You guys can check out the trailer. It's an old trailer, nothing fancy. But just strapping it down is a pain in the butt on there.
Yeah.
Trying to strap the chairs within the boat on the trailer. But I think we have a solution for that. That might be in an upcoming video. So that problem might be solved. As far as getting in and out of the lake, he's bigger and stronger now, so hopefully I have a little help. Where last year, you know, he was busy eating a cupcake. He was busy eating a cupcake and he really wasn't much help, you know.
Yeah.
But now I think he'll be able to throw that boat in and out of there by himself. So maybe that issue is solved as well. But you guys had mentioned this, the trolling motor. Originally I had the trolling motor mounted in the back. And the main reason I wanted it in the back was because the lake was low, that I thought it would be easier, just because of how this boat is shaped, to push the front up to the bank so Mike can get in and out when we're you know, trying to get out of the lake. I can push him up to the bank, he can get out, hold it so I can get out, okay? But actually fishing with it, you know, especially when you're fishing reaction baits and you're constantly reeling and you're there on a windy day, the boat's blowing all around, it's kind of a pain in the butt to have the trolling motor in the rear, make a cast, and have to keep doing this, you know what I mean? So that was kind of a pain. So Mike actually is going to take this boat out by himself as well. Mike got himself a little girlfriend,
yeah.
And they want to take this boat to a local lake, so he wants the trolling motor in the front anyway, so we're just going to do that. But to do that, we need to turn the head around on the trolling motor, and some of you guys suggested that. I think Bass Geek, I've seen him do that as well. It's just one bolt, loosen it up, turn it around. I don't believe it's a big deal. We're going to do that as well. But this is the, what is this called? The Endura Max 55 pound. And I've seen it in comments, and I also talked to a buddy of mine, dude's like I don't know what his profession is. He installs like home theaters and things like that, but like all electrical, dude's a genius. And I was talking to him about the wire in this boat, and he don't believe it's the
right
gauge that it should be. I believe it's a 10. It looks actually pretty small for a 10, but it says 10 on it. He thinks I need at least an 8, like minimum. And especially, I guess, the run, this is a 10-foot boat, so there's probably 11 or 12 foot of wire in this boat. But to power this motor, probably I should at least have 8 gauge wire. So we're going to turn the head around. I think hopefully he's going to come over maybe this week and run some 8 gauge wire for me. And then I also got, let me go ahead and grab it, a plug for the trolling motor, and then a receptacle here. This is the same style that I have in my crush liner. You put it in and twist, it kind of locks in there. So I'm going to replace the receptacle and then add a plug. With the trolling motor back there, all I had to do is hook it directly to the battery. I didn't even use the cable or the wire that was in the boat. But now that I'm going to have the trolling motor up front, I need the plug on it so I can plug it in there to the receptacle, and then the wire will run back to the battery. We got a Dakota lithium battery that we're running back there. I got another video of all the upgrades we've already done to this boat, like the floor and things like that. I'll link them all down below. All right, fellas, quick update. I got the electrical and trolling motor done before this video went live, so I'm throwing it in with this video. So like I said in this video, we went ahead and turned the head around on the trolling motor. So now when we're going forward, the trolling motor is in forward. All right, if you don't turn it around, you actually have to go in reverse when you're going forward, if I said that correctly. So it's turned around, we are good to go. We added a plug on the trolling motor cable here. I changed out the receptacle, obviously, to accept this plug. It's kind of a kit you buy together. Same one I actually have on my crush liner there. So it's kind of a locking style. You push it in and twist it. So new receptacle, new plug on the trolling motor's up front, head's turned around. For the electrical, the wire in the boat, I believe, is 10 gauge. And for a 55 pound thrust trolling motor, I have my buddy look this up. The dude knows like everything electrical. He does home theaters, car audio, all that kind of stuff. So any electrical problems that I have, I get a hold of him, because dude's like the wiring master, right? Tim, if you're watching this, sure you're not, but if you are, dude, I really appreciate it. But anyways, he looked up the specs, and on a 55 pound thrust trolling motor, the stock wire, 10 gauge, is not enough. Actually, I believe he said they recommended 6 gauge, which is pretty big wire. I believe he thought that was a bit overkill. So we went with 8 gauge. So this is better than the stock wire. You can see just how big it is there. So a 6-gauge wire would have been tough to run through the boat. And I believe the connectors they had anyways were 4, 8, and 10 gauge. So they wouldn't even work with the 6-gauge wire. But like I said, 8 gauge here should be more than enough for that trolling motor. So we just tied to the existing wire, pulled it through. I really like what he did down here with the wire. We didn't use the existing hole. I'll have to cap that hole there. But we drilled a new hole here, brought the wire out, added a 60 amp breaker, and it's nice and clean. It sits right behind the battery. You can't even see it, and it's much better than the existing hole that the wire came out of. It was kind of right in the way there. So anyways, guys, that should wrap it up as far as the electrical goes. Pretty straightforward what we did here. I would just check the specs on your trolling motor to see really what gauge wire you need. But if you're going to go 55-pound thrust, I would definitely go to the 8 gauge like we did here and add the breaker as well, just to be safe. But I guess that's really kind of like the update of what we're doing next. You know, we did this fancy floor, we haven't even used it yet, so I'm looking forward to that. Turned out awesome. Looking forward to that. But what are some other things that we should do to this boat just to make it easier on us, you know? So if you guys have this boat, if you are looking to get a boat like this, you know, what are some things that you plan to do or you're wanting to do, something we should do? I know we want some tool holders in here.
Yeah.
And Railblazer, and I think I got a discount code still for Railblazer. I'll link them down below, pop it on the screen for you guys. But I know they have some tracks for accessories. I'm just debating if we should mount them up top or mount them on the side. That's something else that I'm debating what to do. But I think we're going to pick up some tracks and add some accessories. Might even add some on the side, like to hold our net and all that. So yeah, there's some ideas that we have. But I really want some ideas from you guys as well. It's kind of what do you guys suggest? It'd be great if some of you guys had this boat and could give us some pointers on it. But I've seen too, and I'm going to link a video down below. I've seen a guy that put, what do you call those? I think it's a rudder.
I have no idea.
It might be a rudder on the back, and I think he used the frame of a trolling motor. If I can find that video, I'm going to link it down below. I think he used a paddle, and the frame of a trolling motor, put it on the rear. And then that kind of kept the boat tracking true, because this boat does tend to want to blow around a lot if you got some wind. So that's definitely something else I'm going to do. Hopefully I can find that video and link it down below. But I think we got our problem solved. Just want to add some accessories, but I know you guys have been wondering, like, where's this boat at? Why aren't we using it? So that's kind of really the main deal. It's a pain to trailer, and it's a pain to get it in and out. Yeah. But like I said, I think we got that figured out, especially with the heat right now. I remember doing this last year in the heat of the summer, and after getting it in and out, I was ready to take a break, dude. It was like, it was so hot out there, and this, you know, this wasn't that easy. It wasn't easy as I thought it would be, you know. So I guess it'd be a lot easier if we could drive right to the lake too, but we're not trying to run up the yard and all that. So we got the dolly and things like that, but we'll see. I just want to do a quick update video on the boat, where it's at, what we're doing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Give us some feedback and some suggestions down below. You guys are awesome. We love you. Smash that thumbs up if you guys liked the video. If you don't do it for me, do it for this handsome young fella right here. Truly appreciate you. We will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Let's give him a drink, Mike. This is for you guys.